Actually embarrassing. There you go. Pisces. Now, what men find attractive when they have Mars in Pisces, it's number one, it's that someone who knows how to kind of connect with their emotions, you know, someone who is does have an emotional element to them, you know. Also, on a physical level, because Mars is the physical, it's something that has water, shape, roundness. This Mars likes. Actually, no, I want to scrap that. Let me start again. Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces does definitely find the emotional side of females attractive. Now, not too much, obviously, but that emotional side that females do have, Mars in Pisces men do find it attractive in women. They also like women who are a bit um, spiritual. Not to mean that they have to be like, be going into the forest but there is some spirit. There has to be some sort of spiritual element to their nature. You know, that's what we find attractive. Aquarius. Aquarius Mars. They basically they basically want someone who's completely different. They like they are the type of men who like the unique type of women, the uniqueness of a woman. They don't want to have the generic type of woman in their life, or that has like a woman who you can put in a box. Like she's like that. That no, they want a completely different type of woman. Obviously, attraction is attraction with all of them, but completely different. It has to be unique, special in some ways. That's what Aquarius Mars loves. Um, Capricorn. Now, these men, they like a woman who is successful, a woman who shows successful, a woman who is strong, a woman who has their stuff in order, a woman who is organized. They love that. They love an organized type of woman. They don't want a scatty woman who's a mess. They don't want to have to help them out and fix them up. No, they're not interested in that. They want a woman who knows her stuff and knows how to be a woman and knows how to, be organized, organize the house, organize the kids, organize him in some degree. Do you know what I mean? They want a woman who is organized. They want a woman who's about that life. So if you're not organized, any females out there, if you're not organized, or you don't feel like you want to be that type of woman, or you're not that type of woman, your Mars in Capricorn is not for you. A man with Mars in Capricorn is not for you at all. Um, Sagittarius, Sag. These guys want a woman who is adventurous, who is ready to take on the world with them, who's ready to go out there, who isn't afraid to say how they feel, and also who allows him freedom. He wants to have that freedom to do what he needs to do. Um, if a woman doesn't like a man having that type of freedom, that's not for, the Mars in Sagittarius isn't for that woman because he wants to be free. He wants to do what he needs to do. He'll take you with you, but at the same time, he wants to do his thing too during the day or whatever. He wants his time for his freedom. That's what he needs. He needs that space. No, he needs to be out there. He has that energy and that desire to be out there. You can't be stuck in somewhere at home just doing what he's doing. Like, it's not him. He needs that freedom. So, and he's attracted to a woman who allows him to have that. He's attracted to that. It turns him on. Like, he'll come home and be like, I want that woman because she gave me this freedom. She didn't give me a headache about it. You know what I mean? Um, Scorpio. Scorpio is obviously a Mars. Is when it comes to the men, is a lot of a high sexual drive. Number one, so a woman has to be prepared for a lot of sex. Not just that, she also has to be uh, very, very sexy. Like he wants this, he wants to, like, it has to be his type. Like he has a type of woman that he likes, and he will not deviate from that type. So if Scorpio, a man with Mars in Scorpio desires you, he really desires you. He really wants you. You know, it's not like he just wants you because he wants a release or whatever. If he wants you, he really, really wants you. Like you are his type. So bear that in mind. I think obviously he can flip out a lot. Like, you know, he can has a lot of passion, you know, and sometimes that passion can overspill into like anger and stuff like that. Not in like this, you know, toxic way. But well, hopefully not. But I think it's very overbearing. It can be very overbearing and overwhelming at times. And for like, you know, if it was a Scorpio situation, like a Venus in woman, Scorpio woman with Mars and Scorpio man, it'd be a great hit. I'm not gonna lie, great hit. Because that desire is just so like pure, but it could overspill into toxicity because it can do that when they're matching like that. But it's just, it can a woman handle that much overwhelmingness and that much, you know, desire, that much passion? All of that is coming out constantly. So, you know, can you handle that? Libra. I mean, this guy is quite chilled out, relaxed, and he wants someone who's also chilled out, relaxed. You know, he does have his moments, like everyone does, but they're just relaxed, chilled. They want to have an easy life. They don't want to be stressing. They don't want you to be stressing them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that stress. They don't want that headache, constant headache of being stressed out and moaned at or this, that, and the other. They just want to have a good time and have an easy life. And, you know, they also want to be, also like aesthetics are very important to them as well in a woman. But they just want to have a good life, an easy life. They just want to feel relaxed. No stress. Don't stress these guys out. They're going to get rid of you ASAP. You're stressy. You're gone. Trust me, you're gone. With Libra, Mars and Libra, you're gone. Then, like, they don't make decisions quickly a lot, but when it comes to their stress and their equilibrium, that's affected. You're out. So if you see that Mars and Libra, relax, be easy. Virgo, well, Mars in Virgo, um, they can be quite good as well. They're very much the giving type of man. Um, they do give a lot, and they feel like they deserve a lot back because they feel like they give a lot. Um, so you him in his natural state is giving, and if you find a man like that, not really your type of person who is a giving, and it doesn't mean giving. When I say giving, I mean giving in a way where he's giving his mind, he's giving his thoughts, he's giving his ideas, he's giving his advice, he's giving his, you know, everything to you, and what he desires from you is reciprocation and appreciation, um, about how he is and how he operates and what he does for you, you know. And if you don't reciprocate that, he doesn't like that. If you he also is very uh, like judgmental. So I'm not saying that he's not the type of person to be like, oh, like I, like Virgos aren't this type of people that judge like, oh, you got like a spot on your face, I don't like you. They're not. It's not that type of judgmental. It's more about your character. But they want you to be reciprocate to them. They want that. They want that appreciation. They need that. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I'll tell you that. Um, what is it? Leo now. Leo, very dominant men. Very dominant Mars. The most dominant. They are very dominant. Expect if you like that, and most women do, in my experience. But obviously, if it's not balanced, they don't. If it's imbalanced, they don't really like it. But the balance of the dominate, sometimes it can go over the top. They can be too dominant, and what they want in a woman, they want a woman to just accept their dominance. They want a woman to accept how they are. You know. Um, but obviously, it's hard if someone's not being balanced about it. I understand that completely. On a woman's side, if the man is just being too dominant, too overbearing, it's hard to accept. So I think for Leo, Mars and Leo, I think a woman has to be able to basically communicate with him and explain if he is being too much, so he understands. But sometimes they don't even see it in themselves. They don't even see how they're operating in that dominant nature, But if you'd like being dominant and being led by the right man, obviously, Mars and Leo will do that all day. And, you know, I think if they're at good balance, I think most people would like it. Most women would like it. Cancer men, Cancer Mars, now they're very protective. They will look after their partner. If a partner wants to be basically, taken care of financially in some ways or be looked after in different ways, this guy will look after. They're attracted to women who are mothering. I'm not saying they want their mother, but they're attracted to women who have mother type natures. Yeah. That's what attracts them. That's what they like. So if you're like that, Cancer, Mars and Cancer is for you, the men wise. And they'll spoil you. Like I said, they will spoil you. Um, Gemini, like they need an intellectual woman. They're attracted to women who have some sort of intellect, some sort of smartness about them. Like they really find that attractive, like intellectual type woman. Obviously, looks are important for everyone, but the intellectual side will really grab them, really hook them in and hold them on. Like they really will appreciate that type of woman, that type of character. You know. Also, not boring as well. Can't be boring. If they're bored as well. It's like have to have just a type of character that's just like effervescent and high in spirit. But intellectual is the key for them. And it's not just like you don't have to be some sort of scientist or some sort of brainiac. You just have to be smart in what you're saying and how you say things or how you see things or your opinions on different types of things. They respect that a lot, and they find it attractive. Mars and Taurus men, they like they like a woman who is beauty. Beauty is like the top of their list. It's really how beautiful the woman is and how beautiful. Yeah, it's really beauty. Really captures this sign more than all the other um, Marses. It's really really about beauty. They are just really really feel. They really go soft when they see someone who is really really beautiful for them. So beauty is key, but also stability and someone who they can rely on. Someone who they can rely on for things is also important for them. But beauty is really the key. And Aries, Mars in Aries, they are they're quite passionate as well. They're quite they have this dominance as well. They're quite outgoing. So for them, the attraction for a woman is someone who can actually like be by their side and kind of like go with them, be with them, like have that partnership that is kind of like real, and they don't like to be bored as well. The boredom is really, really, really something that they they suffer with. They suffer with boredom in relationships. They may be the type of person who again might not always want to be around their partner, but when the partner is there, they want them to be with them completely. But they might not always want to be around their partner, not because they don't like their partner. It's just because they like to be here, they like to be there. They're probably very much doers, action orientated men, Mars and Aries. So they need someone who is willing to maybe not be around them so much because they're trying to conquer. That's their thing. Mars and Aries. They're active. They're active. They're about it. You know. But once the person's with them and they're loyal and they're fiercely protective of their partner, so the partner has to be really quite, I will not say docile, but the partner has to be very much a partner who is ready to pay number two, because they are number one. You have to you cannot be a partner who is thinks at your levels, unfortunately. Um, you have to play number two with the Aries, because the Aries is the head. So yeah, I think that explains most of it. But ultimately, you could start matching all these different combinations. Like, let's say you have a woman in this and a Venus in Gemini and a Mars man in Aquarius. That would be a good match. Scorpio, Venus woman in Scorpio, and man Mars in Pisces. That would be a good match. So there's many different ways you can match just these two planets with two different people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that now, but that's just an example of how you can find the balance with two different people. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm the astrology consultant. Hope you guys have a great day.